Hello, welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join me for a Massive Darkness painting sesh where I'm going to be doing Owen. So this will be the fourth instalment as Paul's done the first three. So I'm going to be painting Owen and I'm going to be starting off with Owen doing Retributor Gold on the armour parts first of all, and then I move on to the next bits which will probably be corn red for the cloak, but we'll come back when I've covered the model with Retributor armour. So here's Owen with the gold armour on. So what I'm going to do next is spinning around a little bit. Show yourself off, Owen. There you go. Bit of a twirly whirly there for you. I'm going to cover the gold in lightning gloss just to give it a bit more of a glow, and then paint over that afterwards once it's all dry. So I'll be back when he's sorted. Okay, so here's Owen. I've covered him in the Reichland Fleshshade gloss, and that's gone all over the armour. So what I'm going to do next is dry brush with Auric Armour Gold just over the armour, and I'm just going to lightly dry brush that so I pick up all the little bits of his armour that's raised and that, and still keep the depth underneath. So I'll be back when I've done that. So here we have Owen, and I've highlighted with the Auric Armour Gold. So you can see I've done just very light brushed the paint on, so you can still see some of the Reichland underneath. What I'm going to do next is on the shoulders and on his knee and just the tips of his toes, I'm just going to put a very light layer of Liberator Gold on just to bring a bit of light source out on it. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've just highlighted ever so slightly in Liberator Gold, just on the shoulders and the top of the leg, a little bit on the toes as well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do a bit of edging of Runefang Steel. His armour's quite ornate, so I just want to try and bring some of that out and segment some of his armour off, so it just brings out the detail on his armour. So I'll do that. Just spin him around so you can see the back of him. There we go. So I'll do that. I'll come back with him with the last bit of armour painting on him. Okay, so here's Owen. So I've just very lightly highlighted the edging in Runefang just to bring out the swirls that were on his armour. So what I'm going to do next is his cloak. So his cloak I'm going to do in corn red. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so after putting the corn red on the cloak areas for Owen, so you can see I've gone all around the back. Tried to avoid the gold as much as I could. To bring that up to show a bit more definition, I'm going to put Carabao Crimson on just to darken it down a bit. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so there's Owen, and I've washed him with Carabao Crimson, over the red. You can see it's giving it a nice deepened bloody red tone now. So what I'm going to do is just use corn red again, just to highlight it up a bit more, so highlight some of the folds up and things like that. So I'll be back when I've done that. So that's Owen. So I've just highlighted ever so slightly on the folds with corn red again, just to bring out the definition where the folds are and where the rest of the cloak is. What I'm going to do now is the straps, and he has on the back a little bedroll for camping in the dungeon. Don't know why he wants to camp in a dungeon, but that's what he wants to do. So for that, for the little bedroll, I'm going to be using Rakarth, and for the straps I'm going to be using Mournfang. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so here's Owen, and I have put the Mournfang on the straps. I've also done the little bedroll at the back. So what I'm going to do next is highlight that with Agrax Earthshade, go over the brown and the bedroll, and then once I've done that I'm going to just lightly highlight the straps with scrag just to give it that leathery appearance. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I have done the straps in Montfang Brown on Owen now. So what I'm going to do is just give that a very quick highlight of Scrag Brown. He's also got a buckle on his one of the straps, so I'm going to cover that in Lead Belcher, which is there. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to do the swords and start on the swords next. So put the metal paint on the swords. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've done the Lead Belcher on the swords and also on the buckle. I've also done a small highlight of Scrag Brown on his belts and straps. So what I'm going to do now is put non-oil wash over the metal to prepare it for the next stage of metal going on, which will be iron breaker. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've put the non-oil wash on the swords. So what I'm going to do next is go over that with iron breaker. I'm also just going to go over the buckle that's on his strap in iron breaker as well. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've put the iron breaker on Owen's swords and a little bit on his buckle. What I'm going to do now is just go over that with Rune Fang Steel and pick it out, highlight it a little bit. So I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so I've highlighted with Rune Fang Steel on the sword and also on the buckle. So that's it for the swords now. So what I'm going to do is use a bit of a bad and black just on the hilt where he's holding them. So that'll be the bindings on the swords. I'm also going to start on the skin. So I'm going to use Bugman's Glow on his face and hands. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've covered the flesh with Bugman's Glow and now I'm going to go over it in Cadian, bring out some of the highlights. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've put the Cadian flesh tone over the Bugman's. So what I'm going to do next is put Reikland flesh shade over that and bring out some of the definition again. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've done the flesh on Owen. I've done the Cadian flesh tone and covered it in Reikland. What I'm going to do next is Kislev flesh just to highlight up the areas where it's a bit dark. So I'll come back when I've done that. Okie dokie, so I've just highlighted with the Kislev flesh. What I've also done is I've just done the eyes as well, just to complete it a little bit. So for the eyes, what I've done is I've used Pallid Witch flesh for the white and then a bad and black for the pupil. And for the teeth, I'm just going to just tone that down a little bit with a bit of non-oil. So I'll go away and do that, and then we'll start doing the shield, which is the only thing that I've got left to do. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so put a bit of non-oil in the mouth so it looks like he's screaming. I'm going to do the hair in a bad and black. So I'll come back when I've done that. Okay, so Owen, I've done the hair in a bad and black and then just gone over it with non-oil gloss. Finally, I'm going to do the shield. So with the shield, what I'm going to start off with is Ulthuan Grey, then non-oil over that, and then a bit of white scar over that. Just at the top, so I'm going to split the shield into two halves. So the top half is going to be white and then the bottom half I'm going to do in green. So I'll just take those two paints away. I'm going to be using Caliban, then non-oil and then Warpstone Glow to finish it off. And then in the middle I'm going to put a red dragon from the Bretonian set.
Yeah, I got a Bretonian transfer.
Yeah, I've got Bretonian transfer there. So I'm going to go with the red dragon.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. And anyone out there might notice it's the Welsh flag.
Yeah.
Because Owen's Welsh.
Yeah. We decided that.
We decided that it was Welsh, yeah. So we're going to go with it.
Okay,
So I'll
guys.
be back when I've done that.
Yep.
Okay, so I've done the shield now. Covered it in the paints and that. So all I need to do now is just stick on the transfer. Before I do all that, what I'm going to do is base the bottom part in Astro Granite, then put a non-oil wash over that, and then highlight that ever so slightly with Pallid Witch Flesh. So once I've done that, I'll come back and show you the finished model. So I'll see you soon. Okay, so here's Owen, all finished. So I've done the base. So what I did was Astro Granite, bit of non-oil on that, and then Pallid Witch Flesh just highlightly on the top. And then round the base I've done Dryad Bark. So that's him pretty much done. And on the back I've put the transfer of the dragon.
Still a bit of water on that.
Yeah. But, yeah. So that's Owen.
Yeah.
All done and finished and ready and raring for his dungeoning adventures. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. Please like and subscribe because it helps us out loads. You can find us on Patreon. We're also on Facebook. And I hope you join us for the next videos. See you soon.